Hello, welcome back to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I don't know why I always say it like that, but it's important to slowly degrade the quality of your statements over stuff like this. Last time we more or less got ready to fight the Legiacrus, and now seems like a pretty good time to do it. So let's see, unless anything else kind of jumps out at me as being more pressing, we're gonna take some health and then go right ahead here. Oh, right. Because, yeah, we're at 4-star, and we could hunt more things there. We could go against the Giganox, but I'm not, like, dying to do that. So let's see if we can just go and take care of the Legiacrus as it is, and hopefully encounter no major issues. I'm optimistic because the first time through, it went pretty well. It's time to take on the vile monster that's been tormenting the village, the Legiacrus. Oh, this is so exciting. You're not alone in this, good hunter. Don't you forget that. Everyone in the village considers you a part of our family. We believe in you. Defeat the Legiacrus and come back safe. All right. Now, at this point, we're kind of approaching about 9-10 hours spent in game. I think this is only the 8th episode, but there's a little bit of grinding that's already happened. It kind of seems like the story is reaching a completed point, but this is not really the case. It's reaching the pseudo ending, what we think may be the end, but it's not. And actually, 3 Ultimate has quite a breadth of content, so we're kind of reaching a pretty big milestone, but not the last. Okay, so there is our Legiacrus, all cranky and ready to fight us. The imposition is that this is the Legiacrus that we previously made go away. So in the last time, there was a Propel quest. This is supposed to be the same creature. I don't know how true that is, and it's also the case where, say, if you cut off its tail in the Repel quest, it will have its tail back here. Now, I don't know really what the intention of that is. Is it to indicate that, ooh, I thought it was done. That's okay. Is that to indicate that it can regrow its body parts? Because in which case, that's cool. And it makes sense, you know, it's a lizard. Lizards have the ability to do that. It's pretty well documented. Cool. But is it meant to indicate that there's more of these creatures than we can see? And that this is simply one of the threats? Who knows? It's kind of tough in Monster Hunter canon to determine the frequency of hunts that you experience in game. Are they the frequency of hunts that people encounter in universe? So you have elders throughout the game who are typically ooh, if I was young, I would have been able to deal with that. And maybe they're just being typical elders, in our generation we can handle everything and would have done it better, you know, that type of thing. It could be that that's the case, but it could also be that in universe you really only have to hunt a few things to be a successful monster hunter. And the scale that we experience in the game is kind of just an over-dramatization of what actually is occurring. Because, like, sometimes, say they get Rathlow's armor, you could potentially need to kill 10, 15, or more Rathlos, depending on how lucky you get with getting a ruby. Which is, in most of the older school games, an item that has like a 5% drop rate off of cards, like 5 to 7% drop rate off of the mission clear, and then I think like a 10% or 3% actually, it's like lower off of the tail. So difficult item and percentages aren't with you. If odds were always perfect, it would probably take like 10 tries to guarantee one, but that doesn't always, you know, match reality either. I've definitely had cases where I had to go and go and go and go, and I just couldn't get one until a ridiculous amount of fighting had occurred. And I've gotten 2 rubies in 1 hunt. So there's always different levels of viable. But I don't really think that's how it works in like universe, right? Like in game, yes, it does. But would a hunter really need to kill 10 of something just to build a suit of armor that's, you know, his size? Because if you just look at it from an outline perspective, these monsters are usually a fair number of times bigger than you. So you'd figure from an outfitting perspective, lots of fabric. But that's not always the case. I just think it's representational, so the game's more fun. It wouldn't be as interesting to be like, okay, you've hunted 1, and since it's a living creature with normal anatomy, it had all of its body parts, and we are able to build what we need. No, it's like, oh, this one was inexplicably missing a horn, 17 claws, and a lung. Oh, shame. Guess you got to go get those again, and, you know, whatever. But just the way of the world with Monster Hunter. Now it's funny too, because I remember my first time ever fighting this monster in Try, and I like tried to abuse the fact that it would get out of the water. For whatever reason, I refused to learn how to fight well down there, so I just like would kind of dodge it a bunch underwater and then hope it would come up here so I could actually fight it, and the fight took way longer than it should have, just because I wasn't doing it right. And it's funny too, because this is a really crappy arena to have to fight a land monster in. Doesn't matter what type of monster it is, it just sucks to have to do it. So the fact that I was like, oh, I'd rather take a Legiacris up here, kind of weird. And you know, when you're out of water, you actually, I found I come to miss the Z-axis that you could previously, like, traverse upon. Being able to go above and underneath the monster compared to just beside it, huge benefit. Oh, okay, that was really lucky. Even if I got hit, I'm just happier to have taken the sharpened. The gear that I currently have is pretty well effective, and as a result, I kind of don't feel all that bad on taking a few hits. It seems to nullify a good amount of damage. And that wrapping attack, it has an interesting hitbox because I am getting moved by it, but I'm not getting struck by it. And that's a pretty neat distinction to experience. Okay, we've knocked it down here, so ideally we'd break a tail, and then we would break the spikes on its back. Similar to a lot of monsters and or Godzilla, these spikes are kind of like generators of power, or I don't know really if they are independently generators or if they're like capacitors and that they hold a large amount of electricity but don't independently generate it, but then allow for it to be dispersed at an appropriate time. And it could be that the generator itself is something internal. Who knows? A lot of weapon sharpening needing to happen here. It's the downside of having very limited green. Awesome. This largely does feel like a low rank hunt, which I don't say is a bad thing, because our gear is not in a place for high rank. But it's not terribly punishing. And the hits aren't like brutal. I guess coming from portable third to as I say these things, Ligia of course is gonna beat me up. That's fine. But coming from portable third and even Unite, I feel like those games are a little bit more brutal. Granted, there's other ways that this game can be brutal, because I found when it first came out, it updated so many of the animations and kind of like added joints and movement options to the classic creatures, to the point where if you knew what they were used to doing or how they moved before this game, you would definitely have expectations that weren't aligned with what they did now, which is fine. Just easy to get confused. All right, Mr. Lagiacrus, let's go. Back in the water. I don't know what his plan is. Is he gonna go up? Or is this all, okay. Kind of just ominous swimming. Not exactly. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure what his plan was there, but we seem to have addressed it appropriately. Am I close enough for a face smack? Just at the tip of it. Always nice to get a little bit of a face smack. Okay, hopefully we can attack those spikes here a little bit. Yeah, because if they break, he can't do as much of a big, like, blow up into a ball of electricity. He still can, but it's much less so. Okay, I should get out of the way of this. I hope that's good enough range. And then he did it twice before. So now I'm a little bit apprehensive as that's going to be the move here. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm going to get smacked in the face instead. Okay. A lot of moving around really fast. I think the eyes and glowing And this sort of like excessive breathing is indicating that he's in a little bit of a rage. Who knows though? Okay, hit. Oh no, I'm in a bad place. And then I stopped it. That is excellent great swording right there. You don't always get that lucky, but when you do, it's quite rewarding. You feel like the powerhouse that the weapon makes you out to be. Oof. Okay, well now it's oh, I'm stunned. I'm definitely gonna take a hit here that sucks. I hope my weapon's put away and I don't have to like take it back out. Okay, great. So I'll just take a potion right here. That's a safety. And then he doesn't seem interested in me right now, so I'm gonna take another. Can we get that paintball? No. That's okay. Oh, do I not have... Oh, I thought I had more pickaxe or whetstones. That's awkward. Yeah, not super effective there. Yeah, I wonder if I just didn't grab them from the box, or I did and I've already used them. Oh well. It's possible to do this with yellow sharpness, it's just much more tedious. Mainly because it means I'm going to have to go only for weakness points, so headshot, broken chest, tail if I can. I think the tail's fine. This broken spot on his chest is pretty good. I don't actually imagine, given that this is low rank and we're like getting a lot of heart breaks, that this is a fight slated to go on terribly long. Yeah, he's limping here, so... We'll just do what we gotta do. But I definitely should have brought more whetstones. That's on me. I wonder if I could get so lucky as to mine one. Feels a little bit sketchy. Is there even a mining point around here? I could try. Ah, whatever. I'll just chase him. It's fine. Okay. So he is here. He hasn't gone fully to a lair yet. I imagine he wants to and just kind of got stuck transitioning in the area. Cool. Heal us back right up. I don't know if the flash bomb's gonna work. Definitely not if he turns away from it, so that's just what it is. A lot of dodging in Monster Hunter, I think, is it's like important to keep away, but it's also important to monitor when you're being tracked. So kind of like, you know, a real like jaguar would, for example. Say you were going around and in the woods and a lynx or something has spotted you, right? It's not just gonna like stare where you were and at random things. It's gonna follow you. It's gonna look at where you're gonna go, where you could potentially move, how it could outwit you. Monsters in Monster Hunter do the exact same thing, so you kind of have to be determining where you're gonna make it go and then where you're gonna go when it does come at you, which results in a successful Legiacrus hunt like we have here. Didn't even really get to go to its base, which is a good sign. It means where DPS was in a good place, even though, you know, didn't have the sharpest weapon at the end there. Didn't get a tail cut, but I wasn't really going for one. I was just trying to make sure that the fight itself was viable, and clearly it was, so awesome. But if you continue that Legiacrus fight and you're not dealing as much damage, when it starts to limp, it'll try and go ahead through those caves up there into that white light, and it can potentially try and go to sleep there. It can also do it underwater, this area, so it can sleep in the water. Okay, well, that's good stuff. Monster Pump Plus is useful for a lot of weapons. Ooh. Yeah, well, we beat the thing. Why are there still underwater earthquakes? Everyone, calm down. Get a hold of yourselves. Be honest with me, kid. When you were hunting the Legiacrus, did it escape? Are you sure you finished the job? You say you took it out? Alright, I believe you. But then, what in blazes is causing these earthquakes? Guess I can't blame it on that Legiacrus, can I? That last quake was severe, to say the least. Another unlike that, and we might wind up sleeping with the fishes. Well, I for one won't sit here and wait to be put in my watery grave. It's never too late until it is, which it's not. You stand by, kid. We may need your hunter skills when the time comes, which it hasn't, but it might. So there. All right, Elder. Moo la la, it seems like Moga Village's proverbial milk is about to spoil. We are doomed. On hard times such as these, the culinarily gifted have a duty, and that is to provide comfort food. Prepare to dine, good hunter. My dishes are about to move one step closer to perfection. Okay, good to know. Well, that's another earthquake, but how could, I mean, wasn't it, didn't you take out the Legiacrus? Excuse me, hiccups. This is, okay, must calm down. Inhale, exhale. Okay, I'm okay now, not worrying about it. Thanks to you, my heart rate is back in normal human ranges. So let's talk shop. Since you wowed the guild again, they've given you clearance for a new hunting ground. This one ought to get you fired up, the volcano. Thing is, I've got some unrelated bad news too. Listen close, okay? The other day, the guild issued an evacuation order for the entire village, and that includes you and me. Can you believe it? Right now we have some leeway, but if I tell them about the last earthquake, they'll stop giving out quests for sure. I want everybody safe, but isn't evacuating the same as condemning the village? Shouldn't we at least find out what's causing the quakes? I'm feeling all conflicted, or maybe I'm just hungry. Alright, back to the grind. So everyone's concerned about the new earthquake. No my, things have gotten grim even with you around. Times like this, it's extra important to work hard and not look back, right? No, wrong button. With that in mind, I present to you the Pack Rat Guide. It's from the same series as that organizer guide from way back. It offers advice on how to use your item box. Honestly, I think this book could change your life. I read it, and look at me, see? Okay, well, obviously we'll restock on stuff there. We have 21 whetstone in our house, so we might as well go get that. Our cat has something to say. Welcome back. I must say that earthquake left me quite shaken, if you'll pardon the frightfully witty pun. But now you are here to protect us. I have no doubt you will find and stop the source of our ills. Okay, this person can change our furnishings. Oh, okay. Sure, I'll put a lamp on the table. Why not? All right. Put away Legiacra stuff, all that. Good to have out of the way, and now we'll have to take out. Yeah, we can have 20 whetstone, so we will. All right. Now, building Legiacra's arbor is pretty. Oh, well, no. If it's gonna be better. Like, it is defense-wise, base defense is better. But it's worse than water and dragon. Better ice and thunder. No difference when it comes to fire, which kind of makes sense. Another earthquake, and just when you rid us of the Legiacrus? You know, I'm starting to think the Legiacrus was never responsible for the quakes. But as far as what is responsible, I got nothing. I know one thing though. If we don't do something soon, our village is going to break off into the sea. The last quake was even worse than the ones that came before. It was almost like something big grabbed the village and shook it. And by big, I mean way bigger than the Legiacrus. That's crazy talk. Forget I brought it up. No matter what's behind the quakes, we're going to Moga. You'll be the first one to know if I learn something tangible. Okay. So. Oh, okay. He's also telling me that, like, the creature, the Cha-Cha guy, is gone away. So I'm tasked with delivering or capturing the Legiacrus as well. And I'm kind of the powder stone seems like a interesting option. We do need Dragonite ore, which we can definitely get from the volcano. So, what is there to lose? We'll get some health going, and then from there, I'll go and try and capture these powder stones. Although going to the volcano does, honestly, yeah, should indicate that I should get some fire gear. Lovely. Okay, so this is the volcano. It's you would kind of view it as like a big slope, and as you move forwards, you ascend towards the ultimate peak of the volcano, and can inexplicably survive being there. Now, if memory serves, powder stones Yeah, they're like big things and we have to carry them, and it's tough to move when you have them. And I don't really recall where is best to mine them. My instincts tell me that it's gonna be around like 9 or something. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Armor Sphere Plus, no issues there. Dragonite ores, like, we can't complain, really. I guess the only real downside would be if I, went to mine one of them and got one, but my pickaxe is broke and I couldn't otherwise get it. Or maybe this isn't mined at all. Maybe do, like, I kind of have a recollection of, like, having to search. We'll see. A lot of stuff from this mining point, so can't complain about that. I may well have gotten all the Dragonite I need already. Like, that was, I feel like I got a lot. I didn't know, I think I just need like 5, and I have 5, so. Okay, so I'm killing these because I think the powder stone is one of these red things over here. Let's see if I'm right. I might as well do the mining first. Coal doesn't really get used for much. It gets turned in. Yeah, that's oh, look at that. Another one. Okay. Fight this guy just in case. Oh, wrong thing. I meant to take the nutrients. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and think this is the powder stone. It is. Now I'm pretty sure you cannot jump off the edge there. It's my inclination that you can't, and it'll break if you try. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not really willing to try. But given that it's hurting me to hold this item, maybe that was the trick. Well, I'll try it with the next one. I don't think it's going to kill me. I think it'll just move my health so low that one hit could kill me. Maybe I'm wrong though, and I'll just drop dead with this thing in my hand, in which case, hilarious. Avoiding the cats with this though is actually nightmare fuel. It may not look like it, but it certainly is. It's important to keep a fair distance ahead of the cats because they will leap at you. They have no love or care in their hearts. Sometimes when you're doing gathering quests like this in Monster Hunter, they will actively spite you. I say as I pop into an Uragan. Yeah, this is what I would call active spite. If I drop this just because it roars, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, so there we go. Unsurprising end result. Now I'm gonna get put to sleep. Good. Okay, fun times. Yeah, I hate quests like this. It's just no fun. But I have this lurking suspicion that it's required to do. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Honestly, I don't even want to be right about that. But I'll test jumping off the edge. I kind of get the feeling that that's like I'm gonna land and it's gonna break in my hands. Okay. That is dealt with. One of the easier ways to do a quest like this is there is an item you can build that allows you to run and sprint infinitely. It does make this experience much less awful. Let's see if it breaks. I kind of have to imagine it will, right? Like, yeah, that's what I thought. There was gonna be no way. Which kind of makes this like insufferably dull to have to do. I wonder if it is even required. I'll casually just look. We're running there. But let's see. Dun dun dun. Rank 5. Oh hey, it's not necessary to complete this quest. It's I have to do this or the capture thing, so I will give it one more earnest go to try and bring one down. And then if it doesn't go, I'm just gonna do the other quest because I don't like these. I've never liked these. The worst one is still from the first game, delivering the herbivore eggs. You have to do it through the desert, but that game just has like an infinite number of random creatures that want to come attack you. So you can't do anything about the nearly infinite raptors. And it's just so stressful to try and manage the whole thing. And I didn't really find a way to do it other than building the power juice or whatever it's called, energy thing. Because like having to take breaks when you're running is just tough. Especially too in one of the games, I had I don't know why. I'd have this issue where running was or like I had a dead zone on my stick. So whenever I tried to move or stop moving, it would register like my running as an attempt to roll or something. It did something weird. But it kept on causing me to break the egg back when I did the first game. It was really frustrating up until I resolved the issue there. I wonder if this is one of those like puzzle gathering missions. So sometimes they'll like organize the map with monsters in every position, so you kind of have to do like a zigzag of the way back. Let's see here. We'll determine it. Is Uragan still there? So Uragan is still there, which kind of indicates that it would be dumb to try and go past him. Let's see if going through 5 down to 3 and then 1 is a better option, but I kind of think this is a doomed run to start with, and it's because I didn't bring the energy drinks that kind of are essential. Trying to do it without one is pretty tedious. But more so, I don't think I'm going to have a cold drink that's going to last long enough. So trying to do without a cold drink, I think my health is going to go down really quick. And there's going to be other complications too. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see if it actually will kill you, because I actually can't remember. I have a feeling that it won't. And it'll just take you to like all red health, so you'd instantly die if you did get hit. But I don't know. Yeah, lots of fun, super fun obstacles in the way. Watch, there's gonna be Bullfango here or something. No, okay. Nice, easy to get back situation. Weird. Makes me suspicious. And that kind of sucks too, because if I'm actually gonna get here, I'm gonna be inclined to try the second one, which I didn't really want to do. I wanted to fail. Not often do you want that. Sometimes you do, like, you know, if it's a raffle to sit next to someone you don't want to sit next to, or win some extra work. No one really wants that, and I get that. But this is winning the opportunity to fail. Unique. Ah, well. We'll see how bad it is. If it's viable, I'll probably try and go through and tag that Uragan, so if it switches sides on me, I can do the same thing. So we'll go give it a go. See, and this is my thinking, that he wasn't gonna be here, so he was gonna be like one of the other spots, so that as soon as you go through thinking, oh, I found a safe path, this is so great, he'll be somewhere else. All right, you take that paintball and then largely stay out of my life. Thank you very much, Uragan. Yeah, and I would have loved more stamina in general to make this happen, or to try to. Well. Lots of complaints for something that seems to be going all right. I do think that's kind of my personality type. I'm a big fan of constant improvement. So even if something is like going pretty well, I'm always like, oh, but maybe you could add a hook here or something like that. It's just how I like to look at things. Perfection is kind of a goal, but it's something infrequently achieved. All right. So now we're just gonna give her running all the way back, watching their Aragon. And that's gonna be our big determinant of where we go. It's also important, I'll note, that when you're doing a gathering quest like this, running out of stamina will drop the egg. Or whatever it is. Powder stone in this case, an egg in others. It's all the same mechanic. Yeah, look at that. You can see the Aragon just like scooted immediately to the area that was safe last time. Now that's not just random chance, you know? That would happen 10 times out of 10 on this second time bringing back the stone. No doubts about it. Oof. Get away from me, cats. Go away. Don't hit me. It's just horror behind me. 10 million meows. I don't really know the best way to get past this. I'm just gonna kind of hope. Hope is my only strategy. And you see now that this is where it could get really messy. Because I lost the cool drink, my health is going down very fast. And the Aragon just arrived behind me, so it could be some very negative times are ahead of me. It really all depends on if I'm going to instantly drop dead because of the heat, or if it's gonna work out. I doubt being in this water will pause the damage, eh? Yeah. It's gonna be close here. I'll be honest. It could just be. Oh, I can feel that insect on my butt. Never something you want. Insects in general are better away from the butts. And massive ones trying to race towards yours. Equally undesirable. Oh gosh, now legitimate sweat begins to build. Because you pressed the wrong button, you've messed up so much good luck. There we go. Well, hey, I didn't think it was going to work out, and it did, so even better. I love when that type of thing works. Jeez. Now, I guess that's going to open up the next section of the game, but there's no reason that the capture couldn't be done. Nice. Oh, fine tide today. That bodes well. We've just got a quest from someone who might have a bead on our missing Shakalaka tyke. The kid's your partner, right? I bet the little squirt is counting on you to save him. Don't let this hike down. The hard part will be dealing with the nearby Duramboros. That's trouble waiting to happen. The Duramboros has a tail like a hammer. It'll give that thing a few swings before bringing the hammer down, so watch out. That's not its only trick. It'll also leap into the air to try to crush you from above. Move it or lose it when that thing jumps. Ends up in the impact zone and we'll be scraping up your remains with a shovel. Jumping takes a lot out of the Duramboros, though. It'll sit tight for a while to collect itself. That's your chance. You'll be as helpless as a newborn feline, so be sure to hit it with everything you got. Well, enough talking your ear off. What do we have here? A heartsick hunter who misses his little buddy? I know the feeling. It hits you right in the tummy, right? Or maybe it's closer to the, the pancreas? The spleen? Anyway, don't put on a brave face for my sake. Soak my shoulder with your sobs, hunter. Cry, baby, cry. Maybe this request from the guild will perk you up. They want you to hunt a Duramboros, talking about killing you with kindness. I wonder what my depth and kind of heavy guidebook has to say. Oh, in depth. Whatever you do, don't let it crush you. Okay, well, that's good advice. Good to know. Okay, so it's kind of like, hey, do you want your pal back? Fight the Duramboros and finish that quest. Which is currently a urgent quest. Good to know. Now, when it comes to upgrading our weapons, Duramboros is tough. And you wouldn't want to do it without the right stuff. Now, Ice Crystal, that seems like something we can resolve pretty quickly. And we will when I buy the pickaxes to mine it. Wouldn't want to run out without those. I might as well grab the old pickaxes just in case I run out. And then I'm pretty sure just running a Tundra quest. I was seeing if there's anything in there that I really want to do. I don't really think the Bloodstones is too bad. But I can just do a Tundra. Ooh. Nope, I'm good with doing that. We'll try and upgrade the weapon here really quick and get the ice crystals that I'm looking for. It would be nice to be able to go into the next series of big fights with a little bit more powerful weapon, something that's going to last a little bit longer when it comes to sharpness. Well. Always worth turning around here, too, because they like to hide a mineral point behind you. No, geez, I should have done the Bloodstone thing. This Izium is great, but we're here for ice crystals, game. Geez, the one time I'm not looking for, Izium, I'm getting, like, tons of it. That's not a mining point, is it? No. Just kind of evokes one. Kind of nice sometimes if you can get monster fluid off of these guys, but... Meh. Ice crystals from this ice crystal looking thing. Hey, we got one. Two. I'll take two. Whatever. I don't even think there is one up there. I think I'm just crazy. I know there are some up here. Or there were. Not actually a terribly lucky run when it comes to finding good mining outcrops. What can you do though? Yeah, there's 2 here. Can just hope I get lucky, I guess. A lot of earth crystals when we're looking for ice. Literally 4 earth crystals in a row, 5. That's just uncanny. Hey, 1 more ice crystal. Okay. Still not enough to upgrade our weapon with. So maybe I should go do that bloodstone quest quick. I can only imagine the rewards will be mineral themed. And it doesn't seem like it's gonna take that long. Okay. And at least that way I'll get rations. But yeah, I got 4 bloodstone and they weren't even like set up to spawn during this thing, so I don't know. I feel like running back in and try and get some more is the way to go. Yeah, because only 3. 2 more. That's it. That's all we need. Ah, well, luckily load times in this game are so quick. It actually makes it kind of hard to look back at the other titles where, like, it could take so long that it had to be cut out in editing. It was just weird dead space. Hey. Let's go grab those bloodstones in the tundra really quick. This music, the way that the piano intro goes, it really does remind me of current, like, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom soundscapes. It instantly evokes that sort of feeling. But I think it makes sense, you know. Breath of the Wild has a great series of very simple ways of communicating to you as the player what is happening, what has happened, and that you're playing that game specifically. Like, I would say Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom just sound so much like themselves. But even though that's kind of a dumb statement, it's really kind of interesting. And even just hearing that little tune, you know, the tune that plays in one of those games when you first walk out to experience the open world, it makes you want to play that game. It's very much like if you're a smoker and you see somebody smoking on TV and you're kind of like, oh, my lungs burn in a way that suggests I should do the same thing as this character. Well, now this is funny because I've gotten no bloodstones, whereas before I already got so many. Hmm. Yeah, okay, game, what's going on? Are you hiding the bloodstones from me? Can I have like an ice crystal at least? No, none of these things may be true. Wonk. Yeah, and my recollection of something being up here is clearly lies and balderdash. Oh well. We're gonna need pretty much all like bloodstones in a second here though. Otherwise there's not gonna be any room for anything else. Like there's only gonna be so many spots in the map where we can even get those. Okay. Yeah, we will swap. We can swap it for this dung bomb. I really hope we don't need to like combo stuff up to finish off the quest. Because it is possible to create pickaxes. I could sacrifice iron ore to do it. But it's just better if that's not required. Ugh, I don't need a mystery charm. Need bloodstone. Although, out of curiosity, do I even... Yeah, I think it's like bone or something that you have to combo the iron with to get stuff. All right, game, come on. Bloodstone, bloodstone, bloodstone. Ice crystal. Okay, that's good too. Hey, now I have all the ice crystal I need. If I can just get all the bloodstone, I can actually finish this quest. Okay, what is RNGesus doing? 2 more bloodstone. Let's hope I can get so lucky. No, not earth crystal. Oh, not broken pickaxe. Bloodstone. Bloodstone. Okay, we can complete the quest and we got all the items we need. Today is a beautiful day. Now it's just a matter of getting out of here, crafting the sword, and being fundamentally much better set up the next time around. The only downside is I really think of 3U, which is the abbreviation you could use to reference this game, is that it doesn't have the farm, that it doesn't have the mining outcrops that you can upgrade. This just, it is what it is, but it was such a convenience in all the other games, and when this game decided to kind of lose it, I don't think we ever got it back. I'm not sure if 4 has it. I'm not sure if Generations or Double Cross has it. I know World doesn't, and I'm pretty sure Rise doesn't. I haven't played Sunbreak, but I played Rise. I don't think there's a farm, like, for mining. There's like a regular farm for plants, but I don't think you can mine there. Maybe you put bombs? I don't know, whatever. And it's a good thing I got the ice crystals from mining, because I did not get them from that quest reward. Oh well. Go talk to this guy here. Upgrade, and now we can get the Ravager Blade, which looks like this and has teeth that come out when you draw it. Pretty big upgrade, damage-wise, decent anyways. The affinity is fine, the defense is nice, but it's the extra little bit of green that really makes it worth it. To go further, takes stuff we don't have access to yet, but that's okay. That said, thanks for watching this episode of Monster Hunter. Could go ahead and put away all the extra stuff that was got in this episode, and then keep on going through the village quests next time around. Thanks for watching. Bye.